Thank you for coming back. I'm from the lunch break. Counsel, if we're ready with the next witness, so we proceed. You may proceed, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners, members of the audience. We're ready to proceed with the next witness. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I, Kehinde Enagameh.
I, Kehinde Enagameh.
Do swear that.
Do swear that.
I will speak the truth.
I will speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome to the TRRC.
Good afternoon, sir.
You are called here today to testify about the case of the West African migrants.
Exactly, sir.
You've just taken an oath to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So may I inform you that it's a criminal offense in the laws of this country to lie under oath or to provide false information to this commission. Do you understand that?
I do, sir.
May we excuse our Ghanaian interpreters, or do they want to continue to help the Ghanaians who are in Ghana listening in the Twi language? Okay. All right, you may be excused. Thank you very much. Perhaps on this occasion, Mr. Chair, we can just do it straight English language, but do you want interpretation in one of our local languages? Would you,
in situations like, do we interpret in any local language?
Yes.
All the time?
Okay.
Well,
so
let
us have interpretation in the Mandinka language. Yes, I think we have Mandinka interpreters available. Can we have interpretation in the Mandinka language, please? Mr. Witness, it may be confusing to you, but don't listen to what they say. It may sound gibberish, so don't listen to them. But just be attentive enough to know when to respond. So you respond after the interpretation.
Okay, sir. That's noted, sir.
Thank you very much. The interpretation booth, are you ready? Good. Mr. Witness, welcome to the TRRC.
Consul Kai Sedo Ibismillah TRRC.
Thank you, sir.
We are grateful to you for traveling all the way from Nigeria to participate in this process.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much once again. Kindly tell us your full names, please.
My name is Kehinde
Enagameh.
Okay. And Kehinde is spelled Kehinde. Kehinde. Yes. Actually, we have Kehinde in Gambia, but I think the Kehinde we have is a female name. Yes, but it sounds almost the same. We have a lot of Yoruba names in Gambia.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So Enagameh is E-N-A-G-A-M-E-H.
Correct, sir.
And what is your nationality?
I'm a Nigerian.
Akamu Nigerian quality.
Which part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Edo State.
Akabota Edo State.
South Nigeria.
Nigeria Sonkodu Karola.
South Nigeria. South of South Nigeria.
Exactly, sir.
That's quite an interesting way to describe it. It's like the bottom of the bottom. Huh? Okay, Kehinde. So, what's your year of birth or date of birth?
3rd April 1978.
April Karotli Saba 1978 awuluta wulunne.
And what is your place of birth?
Lagos, Nigeria.
Ako Lagos, Nigeria la capital.
And you currently reside in Lagos.
Correct, sir.
Ako ha tonyala.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a sales practitioner.
Akatemu julole takajulale tamande.
In which specialization of products?
Packaging, products.
Okay.
Amunta ka fengolu dada ke kerangulu kono.
Do you recall the events of July 2005?
Council ka hanika bi fo isa kilo sibulano July karo kono 2005 sang kono ba.
Well, you know,
let me make it a whole lot easier. You have siblings, don't you?
I do, sir.
How many brothers and how many sisters?
6 brothers and 2 sisters.
Akay bari musafula soto aning keola karola mo woro aning ole bedending.
Amongst your siblings, did you have any of them who had traveled to the westernmost part of West Africa?
Ila yin doko warando doko musol ando koto musol kono fo e mosoro jele mi alon ko atamata e nang Africa tundol la bangu darjari ngol kono ba.
Yes, sir.
And who is that person, or who was that person?
Wala mo jumati o mariti.
Paul Omozemuje Enagameh.
Kafole Paul Omozome Enagameh.
Let's take the name correctly.
Atwoning soto banga itilimba.
Paul is easy, P-A-U-L. Enagameh, we have that, E-N-A-G-E-M-A. Right? And what was Paul's, on Enagameh rather, M-E-H, G-A-M-E-H, what was his middle name?
Omozemuje.
How do you spell that? O-M-O?
O-M-O-Z.
Zemoje.
Yes, sir.
Omozemoje. Okay, good. Paul Omozemoje Enagameh. Paul, was he an elder brother or a junior brother of yours?
Nim Paul, kotola bang fo idokola.
Junior, sir.
Junior brother.
Akado Malem.
Was he a twin?
Yes, sir.
Akoha Fulandingolom.
And where is his twin partner?
Fulandi Monyole.
He's in Lagos.
Lagos.
So where did Paul travel to?
Paul Tamara Katamintole.
Paul traveled to Senegal.
Paul to Senegal.
Do you recall when he went to Senegal?
For Hakilo Samurano, what did you mala Tamara Kana Senegal Bangoga?
I do, sir.
Hakilo Bakane.
Tell us.
For Nyamba?
That was sometime around 2003.
2003
What did he go to do in Senegal?
Atara muna ke Senegal Bangoga.
He had traveled to Senegal en route to Europe.
Nata Senegal nyela kama prasi tenteng aita Europe.
And do you know what kind of route he was going to take to go to Europe?
Yala nabang alaf ahamoning kasila jumala ta purkata bawdu bangkol kamba.
Yes, I had a fair idea of the kind of route. I know he was going to go through West Africa via Senegal to Europe.
Akaya lonko asobeta lafta silo mentala no wolem kanyin silo ta kana Senegal mo findula nyintiliji banku karola katente wala prasi du Europe.
As far as you know, was he to take the normal route or was he to take a clandestine route?
Itala rondo fo alaw tama silo nying fo anyana tala sila tilindi wala tala bang fo alata anyana tala sila koma silo tala bang.
Sorry, sir, can you help me with clandestine? I understand what it means, but could you just let me understand?
I did not wish to use the word illegal. That's why I said clandestine. But was he going to take the back way? The front way being the regular, normal route where you come with a visa and things like that. And the back way would be where you just show up uninvited, unauthorized.
It was via the back way, sir.
Via the back way.
That's
good. And he was in Dakar until 2005, wasn't he not?
You're correct, sir.
Dakar, Senegal, Bangkok for 2005 sangokono.
So you have to allow for the interpreters, even though you don't need it, you know.
That's correct, sir.
Throughout this period, were you in contact with him?
I was, sir.
How were you in contact with him?
It was majorly via Yahoo Messenger, because then that was the main chats where you could chat with somebody via social media, Yahoo Messenger. Then at a point I could talk to him on phone. Then
Yahoo Messenger
via emails.
Ko bare wati nata soto ikadiamu nyoy telefono to andung wo fanan kola ikanyomo fanan email karola.
So would it be correct to say that all through 2003 and until mid-2005 you were in sort of regular contact with him?
Amunta fo abe tilina ka fo ko kabo 2003 san kono kana na fo 2005 san kono o sangol be e nyomoyo be na temal mi alanko asabatitale.
Yes, sir.
And what kind of interactions would you have?
Ina kan nyomoy si fa nyadilla.
Basically, our interactions was centered around how he was coping, how he was faring, what is he doing now, and what are his plans to move on with his trip rather.
Well, nala nyomoyo kake jamaleti abe dameng anabe je nyameng aningala kulu betaka nyaming aning ferolu menu babulu puru alhammonin tamo memmu abe wo keka nyadile puru alatama silo.
In his plans to make it to Europe, you would often provide him with guidance and assistance?
Alaw ferol kono ay mel landi du puru katama silo katama kata tubabu du bankol ka wati ni wati inaka nyomwele ikala fa hamola ikala fa mirola fo buka keba.
Yes, especially monetary financial assistance.
Wakakele sako wati ni wati kodo la karola makoiro puru kodo nyanta menkelai.
Do you have anything to show that you are sending him money?
Fo fembe bulle bang ibe me itandila kai tandiko wati ni wati ka kodo kiya ne bang.
Yes, sir.
Would you avail them to the commission to take a look?
Fo ibela fila ba tandino la commission wala bang puru commission ye nyaay lo kamba.
I can, sir. Yes, sir.
Please provide them.
Mako yato.
This is Western Union money transfer to Senegal for Paul.
Mukodi ki bunda de me alonko ya ki kodi ki bunda me wala Western Union kabo kata Paul ya Senegal.
I'm just trying to look. Yes, this is 4th March 2003.
March karoti nani 2003 sa kono la nyindoti.
And this was sent from EcoBank Benin.
And nyindo kita banki de ka me EcoBank me Benin.
There's another transaction to Dakar, Senegal.
Do fana fele jang me ya longo fana ya itandi o fana kodi ki bundal de me ya longo aketa kata Senegal Dakar
through the same agency.
And do fana keta agent killing la to yala
on 11 February 2004.
February karotil tanding killing 2004 sang.
Yes, both to Paul.
You be kodille de me ya longo ya ki Paulie.
So this would also go to show that Paul was indeed in Dakar at this time. Mr. Chair, you would see that the first name column for the transfer is not very legible, but you could make out Paul written on it. But during this period too, you were in email contact with him, correct?
Ni waro nyim fanan kono iketa molde me yalon ko inim pol fanan kan nyomo ni jaman labam bonda ba bunda me ka fa email.
Yes, sir.
Hade.
Do you recall the date of the last email you received from him?
Way hakilo sa mutano lun labam me yalon ko ina nyomo ni jaman labam bunda me ka fa email.
I do, sir.
Could you provide it to the commission?
Way so fanan kibaro fanan findini no commission ye jabang nya jabang.
And this is an email from Paulina Enagameh. And it's addressed to Kenagame. Who are these people?
Paul Enagameh is my brother, and the Kenagame there is me. Kehinde. That's the first abbreviation of my first name and my surname.
Good.
Polina omu adoke oleti between Toflanja Enagame omu ate famoleti.
And this is dated 21 July on Thursday 2005.
And nying kay nying kibaro nying adita to July karo til mo ngan kilin 2005 song.
You're correct, sir.
And this was at 3 a.m.
Sorry,
3 p.m.
Talansaba tilibulo.
Do you mind that I read out the content?
Nying ayejuso benda bang ayejuso mudala bang puru kuma kawo mebe fudurin kairo nyingono puru nga karambang.
Please do, sir.
Ha, akewonya.
Dear Kenny.
Ite Kenny.
How are you and everybody over there?
Ebenya dile animo do kotangol be men ini menu benyo kanje.
I hope fine.
Njikita bebe kairo konole.
I just want to let you know that whenever you are ready to send me, call to inform me first.
Mbela flake kala mudande nyina ni wato wate ilafta ka fenki nyedrong janni ba kila nyenam folo ankumandi folo.
But in case there is network problem,
ninga tra choki nyolo kole ya soro na jiro.
You can mail me.
Isin kibaro kinye ka me email.
And you should please wait for my reply.
Andung isi batu janni ba kila nge jabiro di la follow.
Before you send anything.
Janni be fen kila nam follow.
Anytime you are finding it to get through to me on phone.
Wato ni aje ye kole akol soro pour ni nyomo telefono la karola.
You can call these numbers.
Isi ni numero kumande.
00221.
Wala 00221
5517621.
Okay. 5517621. Wala.
Or you don't have to interpret that.
Okay.
Or 00221 6682796. And they would tell you how you can get to me. I saw the text message you sent me. Bye for now. That's the email you received from him.
Yes, sir.
And in the email, he provided numbers on which you can reach him. Correct?
He did, sir. Yes, sir.
And did you respond to him?
I think I did, sir.
And do you recall what you said to him? Sorry, do you recall when you responded to him?
I think it was around on the 23rd. So, and the response was like, okay, I've heard you. I will, something like that.
Did you hear from him again?
No, I didn't.
Did you make an effort?
I did.
Kindly tell us what effort you made.
After a while, I didn't hear from him again. So I was worried.
You can raise it a little bit.
So I was worried. I've not heard from him for like 3 weeks. So I did a mail to him. I have to go here.
Just read out the date of the email and what you said in it.
Okay, the email is dated on the 17th of August 2005, and the subject is why the silence. And let me read out. I said, why have you been finding it difficult to get in touch with me lately? I hope all is well with you over there.
Interpretation. Why have you been having it difficult getting in touch with me lately?
manan akete bulu kole ya koti purunte ni te nyomo yi labango la teng.
I hope all is well with you over there.
Ngamira tanatela ibeje damento teng.
I've been finding it difficult to get to you on the phone, and you have not been replying my mails.
Akoleata mbulu puruke soto telefono la adung ibukana mailol fanalu jabi nka kibaro lumen kiye kaitola.
We are all very worried about you.
Nyinketambe ya deun kwoti itela kuobe dameng.
Try to at least reply my mails
Akata yenna mail kibaro lu jabi.
so that our minds will be at rest.
Nyinkama lam fanal hakilo lu sitenkung.
Kenny, that's my...
Kenny atele kaito nyinkiaye.
Did you receive a response?
Ina na jabiro soto nyunkuma kanoti ni men kiyaye ba.
No, I didn't.
Ani amanja birkina.
But she had given you guidance or directions or instructions
Bara sidol dilale waranta kangol dilale.
as to what you should do if you could not reach him.
Ninga tra ima soto no ay sidol dilale be menu tala pour ina nyomo ino.
Yes, sir, he had.
Ha ayokele.
What was that?
Wala mundi
That I should call two numbers that he had indicated on his last email to me.
Wala mnyinte ay telephone number fulale yitandi ala email la bangota menkinye pour ning koleya sotonta pour ka moy nsi number kumandi.
Did you call those numbers?
yo number kumandi la bang.
I did, sir.
Ha ngaw number kumandi le.
Did you speak to anybody on the line?
Foye mo soto julo nyinto la bang video number kumandi bang.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall the name of the person you spoke to?
Foye hakilo sa mutano la ba o mari nyi ni mari men diamura bang.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the person?
Mari todum.
Please.
Do you recall the surname?
Kontong hakilo sa ufana mutano la bang.
I later suspected, I wasn't too sure it was via email. The email, because I later started an email back and forth with the person. So I saw a name, but I wasn't sure whether it was his surname or it could be, or it could just be a name. I don't know.
And what was that name?
I think Imanao. So.
Can you spell that?
I think H-A-N-A.
Chris Imana. What's his nationality, as far as you know?
From the voice, from the accent, I suspect the Nigerian.
Amunta biring mate soto biringa nombalu kumande ay nombalu menu dinna nimmendia muta kafole Chris Imana yo bitun kansuli ya nyeninka fodun yalo ne mari mu banku jumale dimuti akaso beta ko fana mu Nigerian wolti.
You did not ask him for his nationality?
No, I didn't, because the name sounded Nigerian, precisely Edo. Imana is like an Edo name, and I'm from Edo State, so I didn't had any cause to doubt. I just assumed it was a Nigerian.
Hani manyin kato na kontong la kato to Chris aning kontong Imana wulu bele ko mome yalon ka botaw ma fankiling la kontel bota ma fango menna nsobita ko botaw ma fango la wala na manna bula no ma pour ka nyininka.
Can you tell the commission the contents of the conversation you had with him?
Faisa fono commission o eni o mari nyingale ben kacha mun ko alla kacha nyi asujita ni mun kuma kan sifalla.
Yes, I can.
Ha ansio fono.
Go ahead, please.
And then ya for moli.
So when I called him, he answered, so we spoke. So I told him that I got this email from Paul, that in the email Paul instructed that if I cannot get across to him, I should call this number.
Paul naka nyomo nung email la baratele nyin nomba dinna ako nimma fa soton non sinyin nomba lu kumandi.
So that was when he told me that I was Paul's friend, and he told me what he heard about Paul and some other West Africans in the Gambia.
Between Nathaniel Fanyanko, Paul mu aterileti. Yo itelebe nyoka nje nung bari bitungu tumu be kola longa nata fanya atefang fana ikibaro memoi Paul nyol la kuoto ani menu be silo kan ka fo kolu menu ketela Gambia utumo le woyo fate.
What did he say to you that he had?
Ay mune fo ko ay memmoy.
Yeah, he mentioned that Paul and was in the company of some West Africans.
Ay nyum fanya ko Paul ni mo findu tiliji banku din dolle be silo kan.
They had left Senegal
Bota Senegal
via a boat on their way to connect a ship.
Ibe silo le kan pour kana bula kulundo kono.
But somehow between the ship and before they could get to the ship, they were apprehended by Gambian security forces.
Between ibo silo le kan jalni be futala o kulungu maitel nyanta bula la menna Gambia la canton in tankada moli yemuta.
And they were killed.
Andung briye muta inate fale.
Then he mentioned that there was a sole survivor. It was that sole survivor that brought back the news. And that I think Nigerian council, I think the council or something in the Gambia High Commission,
Nigeria la council la high commission to Gambia jang
had interviewed the sole survivor. So he gave me a name of the person that's the counselor. That the counselor said I should reach him. He gave me the phone number as well.
Andong our councilor kon nanyanta nyomwelale o tumoleng ayo mari la telephone number dinna.
Do you remember the name of the councilor?
Councilor nyim fo ya hakilo nyi sa to mutano le bang.
Yes, I think it was just Mike.
Ni manyi na ngamera ka find Mike.
In which Nigerian mission or Nigerian High Commission was he based?
The Gambia.
Akaya be Nigeria la High Commission min tolete. Selo ko Gambia jang utumo be janne.
This Chris Imana, did he give you anything?
In Chris Imana, for fence labang I mendi labang.
To show that this alleged event occurred?
I tend to go in 2 minutes, kuma ko in Memphis akitale.
He did, sir.
Ayokele.
What was it that he gave you?
I'm a dealer.
He gave me a newspaper.
Kibar kaito le dinna.
Newspaper of which country?
Senegal.
Senegal la kibar kaito.
Do you have the copy of the newspaper?
Kibar kaito nyina la copy be bulle ba.
I do, sir.
Bembulle.
Do you produce it to the commission? The newspaper in Senegal would obviously be in French. How were you able to read and understand its contents?
Council kay hanin kabi kibar kay to me alon ko abora Senegal bankol kan ni ya jube de membe tara je kuma kan membe tara be tara safirin France kan wol silan akeno ra nyaadi te akaranno nyaadi fa ya faham ko nyinni wala be safirin je.
You're right, sir. It's in French, but he did a translation on a separate paper for me.
To nyala be safirin France kan wol to bara kumo nyin kana sorinte ne kayti do fanambala.
So there was somebody that was coming from Senegal to Nigeria.
Via
flight. I can't remember the person's name precisely now. So he gave me the person's flight schedule. So I went to the airport. So when the person arrived, he gave me the document, the newspaper, and the transcript in English.
Amari biraji ta kuluntila jirula to ayentara je bitu tumolong ay kibar kayto nyin dinna aning ay kanna soro nyin safe damento angale kaunto ayo kayto lu dinna.
Would you produce it to the commission?
For his side tandino commission wala bang?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, this is L'Observateur. That is L'Observateur newspaper. It is dated Thursday, 1st September 2005. And the first article on it is coup d'etat, manque ou paranoïa. Yaya Jammeh sous-cogne le Sénégal de complicité. And it directs to page 5. So this is interpreted into English. And inside the newspaper, on page 5, is this article on Yaya Jammeh, les vraies régions de la brouillée entre Dakar et Banjul. That is the real reasons for the turmoil between Dakar and Banjul. But there is another article below it, Le Bateau Poudrière, that is the powder cake ship. And that is what is interpreted. That is what is translated, rather. And I will read out the translation for the commission to hear. It says, for the regime of President Jammeh, the hailing of a ship near Banjul in August 2005 is a sort of the Pigs Bay 2. It means to say Bay of Pigs 2. A sort of repetition of the famous operation initiated by the Americans in 1962 in order to oust the Cuban President Fidel Castro, and which was a real fiasco. The matter was dealt with by the Gambian and Ghanaian press, but in the whole, our counterparts are completely out of focus in that matter. Ghanaians were luckier in that matter because Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Ghanaian Minister of Foreign Affairs, had given a press conference after the visit she or he had in the Gambia. So Ghanaian journalists had at least an official version on that matter. It was said that Gambians had hailed the ship in the Gambian territorial waters, and that ship was transporting illegal immigrants, 42 Ghanaians, 10 Nigerians, 2 Senegalese, and 1 lady from Togo. Among the passengers of the ship, 8 had been killed. By who and how? Nobody in the Gambia or Ghana can give an answer to that question. The Ghanaian Minister of Foreign Affairs was more enigmatic. He declared that the 51 members of the crew of the ship were declared missing by the Gambian authorities. The Ghanaian Minister of Foreign Affairs, who did not go back to Accra with his arrested fellow citizens, was trying to be reassuring by declaring that the Gambian authorities had submitted the file to Accra to make investigations on conditions in which 8 of the passengers of the ship were killed on board. According to reliable diplomatic sources, it is thought that Banjul does not believe in the theory of illegal immigrants. For President Jammeh and his cabinet, this is just a military coup d'etat which failed. After Tyre, in brackets Mauritania, the sub-region wished to get rid of the last dictator, and President Jammeh is said to have immediately seen the hand of Senegal in that attempt. So 3 days later, he unilaterally decided to increase the charges for the crossing of the Gambia ferry, written by Aliou Ndiaye. That is the story.
Extraordinary. The Bay of Pigs analogy is interesting, except that those Cuban Americans were armed to the teeth. These migrants had nothing, we were told.
Except a small bag,
And
a few pieces of clothing, and some biscuits.
exactly. And if Majame is told that this is a Bay of Pigs analogy, God save the Gambia.
The headlines in the article, is this failed military coup or was it paranoia? Merci, Monsieur le Président. Okay, thank you. How did it feel when you received this material?
I cried.
How did your family feel?
La famille lu mengere la dimbalo kita nyadi le.
It's a trauma. Describe it.
Devastating.
Exactly. It's so painful to hear what happened, coupled with the fact that there was nobody. I mean, the cops, we couldn't see the cops. There was denial.
How do you know there was denial?
Because from what I gathered, like from what I gathered, the Gambian government was saying there was nothing like that happened. So to me, he was floating. There was no news, nothing.
Have you heard from him since then? 21 July 2005. Have you heard from him since then?
No. No, I've not heard from him. I heard from him via email. Not via phone. Not via Yahoo Messenger. Blank. It's been blank.
Legally speaking, at least in Gambia, I would imagine that it would be the same in Nigeria. After 7 years, he would be presumed dead.
Mbediama ko luwala karola wa jame mbediama kan gambe jan nyame ko ko be laari nyame gene Nigeria fana be ko be laari nyame woto kata fo sanji wora wala ko kerin kola woto mbaaji be mtaba talala ko woto abantale ata baluri.
Is that the case in Nigeria?
Nigeria fana ko be laari wala nyama ba.
I don't really know the legal status as regards that in Nigeria, but I believe something similar like that should be obtainable.
Malon fanande fo Nigeria fanana lualu belari ngole nyama barbitu nsobita ko membe ko koya fote nyamin wole be kerinje.
After you received this information and after a long period without any news of him, did you make any efforts to find out what might have happened?
During isida fo wati jang alman kibar moy ala ala kuoto al sita li la moy alman fem moyato fo inarna alnarna wuli le bankaju be ka muneketa.
I did, sir.
No, Kele.
Tell us what you did.
Okay. The first thing I did, I tried to speak with the counselor. So he told me to write formally to the Gambian High Commissioner, the ambassador, as Nigerian ambassador in Senegal, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Nigeria, the Minister of State of Foreign Affairs in Nigeria.
And Minister Marta Banko Kunyal member Nigeria in Bantala Banko Lutema.
And what were you to state? What did you say in those letters?
I stated that my name, I'm a brother to Paul Enagameh.
Paul Enagameh Kotoma Alemunteti.
I think I last heard from him on the 21st or thereabout, that I heard that around 22nd, thereabout, they were arrested in the Gambia and killed.
Karoti limuani kilingolo labanta mo ila barbitu nata nyimmo ko karoti limuani sabo ma fangola kata karoti limuani lulo kan ye muta Gambia andung moy ko ye fale.
And I've not heard from him since then.
Andung kabiru woto ma akibaro moy kotake mam fem moyate fangola.
I also took it further from there.
Ngako tambindi woto lalde.
I was able to secure an appointment with, I think, a director in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at Abuja.
Nakata hanfo nimmo nyomo memmu director ti membe Nigeria la duku bundala membe ni bantala banko lutema membe Abuja.
So I traveled to Abuja.
Mtata utumole kata Abuja.
I met the person.
Na Maria nyoje.
I think the name is Dr. Okpara. I can't remember his name now. Dr. Okpara or something like that.
Asikeno atom Dr. Okpara alti bitun hakilo botal de bara asikeno wolem.
So I told him my story.
Nakumo sataye.
He said, yes, they had something like that.
Ainjaba ko haye kumamo ile membe ko.
And they are investigating.
Bari ba kisikane.
After that, did you do anything else about the case?
No, I didn't hear from him again.
Ani manna kuke katum mam fem moyala kotake.
But did you rest the issue?
I don't want to say I rest the issue because at some point I read on the internet, I think one Commonwealth initiative, West Africa initiative or something regarding that case.
Ma ntafono la kungalandi barikatu wati nata soto nga fenkarang Commonwealth la kibar bunda la meya lonko we femfole nyinko nyin na karola.
So when I saw that, I wrote an email again. There was an email address attached to that story. So I think that story also noted that there was an investigation by ECOWAS and a body in the UN or something like that. So that was like an encouragement, you know. I saw that, okay, the people were actually doing something. So I wrote them via email that my brother was a victim of that atrocity, that I'm available at any point. I dropped my mobile number, but I didn't hear from them.
Bitun tafana nge safenya la konte nyimpol men ibala kumo foka ante wala nyimmolu mo bije men mundo mati yo bitun tafana mbijan ne ninko kunding ali solata moyla mbijan akaya la email anala telephone number lu fana lu kije pour niwolu sulata la isa kumandi rakama na femoy.
What happened after that?
Then after that there was a law. There was no information till sometime like 2 years ago or thereabout.
Akobiro botala ko data wala nyama kibar mam finti mo mam femoy fo sanji fula komando.
Somebody now brought not even somebody, I think a friend to my late brother.
Brought
to my attention that there was a press release by a well-known Nigerian human rights activist, Chief Femi Falana, SAN.
Wala nata nyimfoko Nigeria la banko kan nyanta fasa la toborim babije ikafome Chief Femi Falana me yalonko we kusafe akwotole.
And that in that press release, it mentioned that some Nigerians were killed in the Gambia around 2005. And the Nigerian government identified my brother as one of the victims
adu Nigeria man sakunda na ta motom bongo kono men nu fata ko moki wo mobi je me yalon ko teta ole tata ke nte do mati.
So I went to Chief Falana's chamber.
Data Chief Falana la dinkirato.
So he was very happy to see me.
Ase wota bake pour kanteje.
And from there he told me the effort that was being made by himself and some activists even in Ghana and international bodies as well to get justice for those that were killed.
Did he tell you what those efforts were?
Yeah, yes, he mentioned that that, in fact, he was the one that brought to my attention that the TRRC had been commissioned in the Gambia, and they are reviewing atrocities that have been committed under the Jammeh regime, and that
Tonya ye kafulondi Gambia memu alpha kafoti kafome TRRC andu wo kafo nyin wolle be jube roke kan tilimbalia kulu men ya lonko wolle keta wo jammela wo mansa kunda wuce nyin kono.
And that it's likely that at a point they would hear from us.
Andu wati bina sotonale bitun ibentel fanala kumo moylale.
As in the commission, we want to hear our own side of the story.
Did he tell you about any other efforts that he was making?
I think he mentioned that at a point they were still looking at some legal they were going to seek legal redress or something, I don't know, but I mentioned something of that nature.
But I am foko ibe kuo fanan katakanne de purka jube be loi la silo lumenu tala bitun la kumomulunta wala dala ko ibe ferolu ke kanne même c'est que loi silo ti police o fanan tamandi.
Did he tell you the forum at which they were going to seek this legal redress?
Oh, aya fo ene bango bengo bendula jumal do be men kafun la nyome alon ko be nyin kan de maro ke kanilla wolto me alon ko be men nyini kan.
Yes, I think he mentioned that most likely ECOWAS Human Rights Commission or something like that.
Do you know whether those promised steps were in fact taken?
I don't really have he has not really given me a feedback on the concrete step, but I believe something would have been.
Do you know whether he has filed the case with the ECOWAS court in Abuja?
I think so. I think he has.
Of course, the TRRC is here, and you are here to testify about that matter. But, Mr. Witness, we have a list of 51 individuals who were involved in that matter. And this list is alleged to have been put together at either Bara or at Kairaba police station, wherein those apprehended were listed.
Nyimol fana mumol me alongo ko e kafunyo kan dingiral to me alongo follow ko e kafunyo kan bara le inate bunde je samba e Kairaba police station oto me alongo e kafunyo kan walelto.
Mr. Chair, I'm referring to Exhibit 200. Kindly take a look at it, please. You would agree with me that Paul's name is not on that list.
You're correct, sir. His name is not on this list.
In fact, the list contains the nationalities of the persons mentioned.
Andu nyin kayto nyim fa tol drum amanke tol drone beje bari bura bangol mem fangol to yol fanan tuki abala jele.
You know that? You notice that?
Yo jele ba.
You're correct, sir.
And it includes only one Nigerian.
Andu Nigerian banku din killing wala to beje.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
But the commission also received evidence that between 7 and 9 Nigerians were on the boat that left Sali in Mur on the 21st and arrived in Gambia 22nd July 2005.
On Nigerian ding woro la kata fos konon to be kulungo nyin kono le me alon ko bota Mburu Sali mem bota July karo tilim wanding killing anata na futa Gambia jan tilim wanding fula.
Which means to say that this list we have is not exhaustive.
Wala nyindi ko akoto nyinde wala nyindi ko nyin kayto mol tol membe kayto balaje kayto tol le me alon ko amantimma.
In fact, witnesses who claim to have counted the number of persons on board that boat suggest that there were 67 people and not 51.
Andungani sedol me alon ko ye sedandiro dija ko toli la mira lodo ko mol membeje atata la fo ye mem fo amanke wodi atata la fo mo taworo ni worowula amanke ye number numero mem fo.
We have also received evidence suggesting that some 9 Nigerians were killed. There is also evidence suggesting that some other 9 people were killed and buried at the Tanjebad Reserve.
And
that set of 9 murdered persons are different from the 8 whose bodies were recovered. All this evidence does is to suggest that there may have been more Nigerians than are included in this list. And the possibility that your brother might have been one of them. Do you agree with that, Paul? Sorry, Kehinde?
I do, sir.
So there is just that possibility that your brother Paul might have been one of those killed in Gambia. I regret the fact that we cannot produce conclusive evidence of that fact in this hearing. But the commission's investigative work continues. We do hope that we will receive some further evidence on this issue. So that we may be able to establish the full truth about what has happened. And thereby enable family members to find closure over this matter and to heal.
Isaje dimbayal me alon ko ila mol bulata nyi ko nyin kono isaje isondo mol kono isi dinkira nyini je me alon ko ba ko nyin isi sa saba isi munyano anu isa jarano ifaye. And
also to help reconciliation between the peoples of these countries.
Isaje nyi fana nyi banku fulo molu nyi isaje kata kol sitano isaje ye murundi nyokan ye nyina ko la men ketanu nga tenten na hadama yala.
Kindly tell this commission how the disappearance or the impact of the disappearance of Paul on your family.
Silanga fo commission e bang ila indoma Paul ala yema onyin warando ala yema onyin na koleya nyinga emuna sabu alla dimbayal to.
It's been tough.
Akoleatale.
It's been painful.
Adiminta.
It's been traumatic.
Akata kijate oti.
It's deep.
Andung akono dinkata.
I can't express it.
Nte afono laka lankena mamemfonketa.
It's to lose your brother.
Nyinam doronko idoma yefo wala wonya.
In these circumstances.
Sakwa na atake nyameng.
No corpse.
Kiti bunda mansoto.
The gruesome manner, heinous manner in which they were killed.
Ajire yanin tilimbali yanin jawya silo men ye fanya jawo menna.
It's deep.
Dinkata back.
Very, very deep.
Kono dinkata back.
I can't find words to express it.
Nte kuma fono la mensi yitandika seneyandi ngani obe nyame.
Yes, it's been 15 years.
Ha, ay sanji tani lulusi.
But I tell you, it's something that I will live with forever. I just hope that we are able to get a closure so that my family can get a semblance of an idea of what happened to him, so this can actually help.
Isina long kuomen ketala ni yo long isaje silo lu fanal sitano le men sa kende hanfo nsi hakil tankun soto no akokono
to heal,
men si sondomolu nyabu
to heal the wounds,
duka baramolu kende yandi
the pain
dimingu men sotonta
that we feel as a family.
ko dimbaya e dimingu men soto akokono.
Well, we don't know exactly what happened to him. But obviously there is reasonable suspicion to believe that he might have died in the Gambia. In the gruesome circumstances that have been described in this commission. And for all the pain that this story evokes, we offer our condolences and our sincere apologies. And commit ourselves to doing everything possible to ensuring that we get to the bottom of this. And we do hope that by the grace of God, we would have the necessary evidence or information that would enable you to find closure. On that note, I hand over to the commissioners for further questions. And to remind the chair that I have exhibits to put in at the appropriate time.
Thank you very much, my counsel, and thank you, Kehinde, very much for coming to testify before the commission.
Chairman, legal counsel Numbara ayajai. Kehinde fanan Numbara ayajai pro wakilta kana CDR la commission nyatilimula.
Thank you, sir.
I personally don't have any questions to put to you, but on behalf of the commission, we all share the pain of the Enagameh family and the burden that's been put on you since the disappearance of your brother and the demise possibly of your brother.
Ako atafang manyinin kari soto yo bitum bari commission toyala hanimbi ibe hakedani la ka ila balafaitan dila itanin dimbaya mumeo be nyin kukoleng me yalonko alate kang alate nin dimbaya lukang ido mala koto me yalonko ketanyamin ko asata tanyamin.
As counsel mentioned, our endeavors to establish the truth of what really has happened during the 22 years of the Jammeh rule will continue.
ko council ya fo nyamin mbe kata kuolu tentendila le men ya lon ko wollem nyinti kuolu menu keta jammela wo sanji muwanni fula mararo kono mbe tentenna le ke jube ke kesemeti ke itame pour nsi tonya sahari ngo sotonno me ya lon ko wole ba itandila kuolu men be tamata alaw mararo kono.
We will not relent in this search for the truth.
Nte sayla koma mumeke pour ka tonya nyini.
And we hope to help the families bring some closure to this issue.
Andu mbe jikirin ko mbe naw katakulu aseke makoy roti me yalon ko asinyin dimba yalu fanalu makoy mennu bonota ila moluto fo sinin samo alasi imbe makoy fanali sondo mo nyabo soto ko nyin kono.
Commissioners, if anyone has got any questions, please indicate. Imam C, you have the floor, please.
Witness Jerejef.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness.
Thank you, sir.
What I'm asking is whether Paul was married before.
No, he wasn't.
Seyuton waxtu bobu. He was not married at that time.
The
second question is, his parents still alive?
No, my dad was alive. We lost our mom when we were fairly very young, but my dad died 3 years ago.
Waxtu bi li di xew fekk my dad died when we were young, but my mother died when we were young, but later on my dad died 3 years back.
We
are appealing to Allah so that we can have the truth before the end of this commission.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. How is Paul's twin brother or sister taking it? I know it's a big impact on the family, but to lose a twin brother or sister in this manner can be devastating.
Chairman,
how is the twin brother or sister taking?
Chairman kamenyenin ka wolen wairi Paul mu fulandi nguleti. Silang tonyala dimbaya bebe akolea talale bari afulandi nyo wala fango be kolea fango takila kende ke katambi dimbaya kono modolu la saing ala fulandi nyo betembe jumale to.
You're correct, sir. It's a devastating news. I mean, when we got the news. Initially, we were in denial, kind of. We were like, he survived it. We were desperately, we were believing that at some point, we were going to get the news that, okay, he survived it, he was locked up in the jail or prison or something. But after 15 years now, I mean, the reality, especially with testimony from Martin, you know, we could put some of the puzzles together.
Bitung birin sanji tanni lulo banta. Andal fanalu silan na miro nata nyimuta ko mem fota de wole keta sako birin Martin nata na lo jang ay nyin sede yaro ka na kuma kan lu menufo.
To know what happened to him. So to answer your question, sir, it's a devastating news. Even yesterday we were talking about it. As we speak now, he's also watching live via YouTube.
My condolences and the sympathies to the twin brother.
mbesanga kontongo futandila afulandi nyoma anindimbaya be.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any closing remarks to make? Please go ahead, Kehinde.
Yes, sir. First of all,
follow.
I want to thank the team that have been working behind in the background to make sure that this happened, that I'm here today.
Mbeka fo jaila menu yakata kuoke koma kulokono purukaje ko kueta matenfo kanabula nyin nantenata si jambi.
These are a team of human rights activists that have been working tirelessly. They've been dogged. They've been committed to ensure that the truth is unraveled. Truth comes out. I want to appreciate them. I also want to appreciate the government of the Gambia. I was telling somebody today when I arrived Gambia, I think 2 days ago, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind was, this is where my brother was killed. This is where my brother was killed. This is where my brother was killed. They killed my brother. You know? But within the next, like 24 hours later, I could see Gambia is not that kind of place. It's serene, a cool place.
Bari Gambia janin tilo be banna tilikilingo be banna na taje ko Gambia mu bankuleti me yalon ko amanke wo banku jawti ko nsondo mo floto aya mutanu nyami na taje ko Gambia mu kaira bankuleti.
So he left me with this question: how could this atrocity be committed or be allowed to happen in such a nice and a calm country like the Gambia?
Menna tatun sondo moto ni masi ba jawo mo si sonno nyaadi le ni yeke ni nyom banku kam banko me ya lonko kairo be sabatire ngaketa banku tenkundi muti dame ya lonko aketa banku sari mfananti nyin ku façon se keno janyaadi le.
The answer to that is left for anybody's guess.
Bitun jabiro membe tarla wokunna silango tuta mo be la miraro fongole bulu.
Then also I want to thank the TRRC profusely for making it possible for us to appear before the commission and hear from us. I am indeed very grateful. My family is also very grateful. But like the name of the commission is Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. I want to urge members of the commission to ensure that truth is uncovered, that there is justice, because there must be justice. If there is to be reconciliation, there must be justice. Then also I want to also urge the commission to ensure that the victims and families are adequately compensated for what has happened. That is what I have to say, sir.
Thank you again very much indeed, Kehinde. And we will endeavor to fulfill the mandate given to us by the Commission.
Mba katalale ya kangoni sembo mendi commission la mfanalu ba katalale nyabe sio nyama purka wo kangoni wo sembo tamandi ayelo.
The commission required, I mean, the act requires the commission
loi me yin commission londe ay ñine kanin commission la kawo
to provide victims an opportunity to come to the commission and relate in their own way.
pour asisilo di molu la mantoro boyta mennu kan ini la badingulu pour mosi soto mensina commission to I fangulu la sataro to isa fo menketa
The violations and abuses they suffered.
Mantoro ani nyanta tinyalu mennu boyta ikang pour isiofo.
That's what we are doing. That's what we have done with you, with the other witnesses as well.
Mbewole ke kan andung ngawole kete fanaya anung ko ngake sede dolu fanali nyami.
And I'm glad to hear that the few hours that you're having in this country, you're discovering that Gambians are not monsters.
Nyinketanye sewoti yewati sutungu menke Gambia follow to ko membe sondo mokono bari fango nata nyinje foya foko Gambia manke wo bankuti dame yalon ko asikema siba bankoti ko do sa jeno nyamen.
It's a peaceful country.
Gambia mo kaira bankuleti.
A peaceful people.
Molu fanalu kaira moyata wole nyama.
And very tolerant.
Andu ye kutu nyoye ye ku muta nyofe.
What happened during the 22 years of the Jammeh era was the hijacking of the state and they made it sink to the abyss of a new, dark age.
Anata banko jindi ka bulandi dinka kono dinko me ya lonko adumo le dibita dula beti.
The likes of which are very rare in history. Yes, human cruelty, human viciousness towards each other.
Akotonya kanyo jawya ka hadamadingul lanyo kasaro wo mu kuleti me ya lonko.
It's probably endemic of the human condition.
But
the peaceful people, very tolerant people,
bari molu menia lon ko kayra molle muyti ika kutu nyoye
to hear what we heard during this theme, like all the themes of the hearings.
Kana moy kolu menu keta nyin ko kono anin ko ko dolu menu fanal keta anyon ku ko tanglu kono menu tambita jang.
Very, very difficult to understand.
Akoleata bake pour hadama dingu yo faham.
And I'm sure that Gambians are, just what I said yesterday, bewildered. Anyway, you have our sympathy, and we share your pain, as I said earlier. But again, thank you so much, Emma, for coming to testify before the commission. Council, you have one or two procedural matters to raise?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I want to exhibit the documents provided by the witness.
Witness?
Western Union sent to Paul Enagameh, dated 4th March 2003, should be Exhibit 201. The next one, dated Western Union, dated 11 February 2004, should be Exhibit 201A. Email dated July 21, 2005, from Paul Enagameh to Ken Enagameh. To K. Enagameh should be Exhibit 201B, and wider silence email dated August 17, 2005 should be Exhibit 201C. Article, newspaper L'Observateur or LOPS of 1st September 2005. Should be Exhibit 201D. And
what date is that again? Is it cut September?
No, 1st September.
Oh.
1st September. And the interpretation should be Exhibit 201E. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You have another witness coming, or is that the end of the day?
No, Mr. Chair. It's 20 minutes past 4 p.m. we would move all other witnesses till tomorrow.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Again,
Chair.
thank you all very much. We will resume our proceedings tomorrow at 10 o'clock sharp.
Thank you, sir.
John, thank you all very much.